and their quarterback embodies their spirit.
I think we carry kind of a quiet confidence, which is very good in my opinion. But also we go out and work hard every day in practice, and we don't feel that we're a good enough football team that we can just show up and beat people.
In Tom Landry's shadow, no longer the new Cowboy coach has infused this team with success, and with it an image.
I think it helps your football team if you can not only play with a lot of confidence, but have a little bit of a swagger about you.
There will be no shortage of swagger tonight. Deion Sanders of the Falcons will strut his stuff in prime time. The Cowboys look to clinch the NFC East as they play the Atlanta Falcons on ABC's Monday Night Football.
Are you ready to rock? Are you ready to roll? Are you ready for the Cowboys and the Falcons as they go toe to toe? We're gonna make you smile and get rid of your blues and do the Monday Night Football boogie for you. I bet you're ready for some football. Frank, Al, and Dan are coming your way. It's Monday Night Football and it's time to play.
First and 10, Atlanta at the 31. Wilson right to the air. Over the middle. First down, Pritchard. He loses the football, and they say it is a live ball, which means it is a Dallas ball. Ken Norton dislodged it, and Thomas Everett picked it up.
Right from left to right. There's the catch. He has possession. Oh, and the ball comes out when he is on the ground. That play should have been dead right there. At least from that angle.
The ruling on the field is that the runner never hit the ground and the ball popped loose. First down.
Well, the call goes against the Falcons. From that angle, it certainly looks like Atlanta was the recipient of a bad break.
Well, to this sort of stuff at the 35-yard line, except this one works in their favor. And this is Darian Connor making sure that Emmitt Smith has no place to run. Game, 0-0. Aikman facing a four-man rush and swings one to Smith, who escapes two Falcons and then gets tackled by a trio, including Solomon and Scott Case and company.
As we saw before, Eric Williams is the closest player to the camera. There he goes backwards. I mean, that is, again, this is a new stadium now.
Only a three-man rush. And it's dumped over the middle. This is Kelvin Martin, who takes the ball to the 29-yard line, short of the first down, and so we're looking at about a 48-yard field goal attempt. Burline will hold. It'll be an official 47-yard attempt. And Lynn Elliott bangs it through. So after the questionable call on the fumble, Dallas takes over, can't move, but they're close enough for 3. And with 9:31 remaining in the opening quarter, the Cowboys take the early lead. Of officials for the National Football League, the player can roll off, so that ball was still alive unless his knee had already touched. If his knee had touched on that prior play, which was inconclusive to us.
Oh, really? No, the knee touched, Al. The kney was down. Card in that scenario.
Exactly. If the official had ruled otherwise, it would have been because the football was out of view, and thereby did he have possession would have been a question. 2nd and 7 at the 30-yard line from the shotgun. This is Drew Hill making the catch, and Drew Hill in his 13th year has enough for the first. Let's take
Minnesota in 1988.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Wilson throws complete. That's Michael Haynes making his first catch of the night. Wade Wilson has started the game 3 for 3. Unusual formation there with Hill lining up as a tailback, but that doesn't fool anybody. In particular, Tony Casillas is right there to take care of Steve Broussard. And Casillas coming back to Atlanta, where he had a falling out, you might say, with Jerry Glanville and the folks.
Vice versa. But they had one. They had a good one.
He's out. Leon Lett comes in. It's 3rd and 6 at the 41-yard line. And Wilson throws a beauty, caught by Haynes, who takes it all the way to the 10. 7-yard gain. first and 10 at the 12. Dallas ahead 3-0. And Wilson hitting Pritchard, who takes it to the 6-yard line. He wore wide outs, sent to the left. And Wilson bangs it into the back of the end zone to Drew Hill. Touchdown.
Watch number 85, Drew Hill. Takes a straight back.
But, well, Wade's world is a perfect world. He's 6 for 6 with a TD. Also a feature on Jimmy Johnson at the half from the 20-yard line. Aikman throws underneath. This is Novacek, who leads the league in catches for tight ends. Jesse Solomon makes the hit, and that's Novacek's 61st catch of the season. On 2nd and 3, Emmitt Smith picks up the first down, and the ball comes loose, but after the play is whistled dead at the 33-yard line. Tippins and Donaldson converge on the tackle.
He covered it up.
Donaldson is the guy who helped to strip it, and the catch is made by Irvin in Atlanta territory, and he's wrestled down at the Falcon 45 by Sanders and Case.
It's just that he's kind of overshadowed in a sense because of Aikman and Irvin. There's so much other offensive talent here.
After a 23-yard pickup on the reception, there is Smith getting close to 10. Call it 9.5 and make it second and short at the Atlanta 36-yard line.
Especially on a team with guys like Irvin.
There he is again. He cuts it back as he does so brilliantly and so often, and picks up the first down, a gain of 5 to the 31. Stopped by Tuggle with 2:28 remaining in the opening quarter. 7-3 Atlanta. 2nd and 7 at the 28. 1:15 to go in the quarter. Good protection for Aikman, who unloads, and it's caught at the 14 by Alvin Harper. A first down. He's tackled by Tim McKyer, a 14-yard gain. We'll return with Monday Night Football after this message and word from our ABC station. 11 for the Cowboys at the Atlanta 15-yard line. And Aikman retreats. Good protection. Underneath he throws to the 12-yard line. It's a very short gain. It's into the arms of Irvin. Aikman throws. Nice catch is made by Martin, and it's a touchdown, dragging Pickens into the end zone.
A well-executed pass play results in a Dallas touchdown.
Martin comes all the way from the left side, and no way that Pickens is going to stay with him. There's the block that Dan alluded to. Michael Irvin is more than just a receiving wide receiver.
Sports science and technology.
Getting a lot more time in that secondary. Former linebacker from Arizona State.
3rd and 14. 3-man rush. Line does its job. The pass is underneath. It's complete, but for minimal yardage, Drew Hill makes the tackle, and that'll create a punt. 10 to go in the half. Aikman on an out to Irvin, and he is pushed out of bounds by Deion Sanders in frustration. It's a 14-yard gain. We mentioned before, almost every time Michael Irvin catches a pass, it's good for a first down. Coming into the game, he'd caught
it to the never wins the big show.
2nd down and 7. Aikman to the 50-yard line. That's Irvin making the catch, and they stop him short of the first down. So
7, 8, 9-yard passes that he tacks on a 10-yard run afterwards.
3rd and a long 3 at the 49-yard line. And there's your long 3 and then some to Novacek. He takes it to the 41-yard line. That's a gain of 9. Gardner makes the tackle. 1st and 15. Aikman, who has completed 10 straight, makes it 11. The catch is made by Novacek, who's inside the 20 and wrestled out of bounds at about the 12 by Scott Case. Reception of the season. 2nd and 10 to 13. Irvin in motion to the same side as Harper now. Aikman looking that way. Aikman goes underneath to Novacek, and Novacek takes it to the 10-yard line. And that will set up a 3rd down and 7. It's 3rd down and 7 at the 10-yard line. Aikman, who's completed 12 straight, makes it 13, hits Irvin, but Irvin pushed back, and his forward progress, I don't believe, has a first down. They're going to put it at the 4, and that's going to set up a 4th and 1 by 6. No problem. Elliott boots it through. Aikman's completed 13 consecutive passes. 6:14 to the half. 7.
Him in a minute standing on the Falcons sidelines. He's a big story down here.
2nd and 10. Emmitt Smith picks up 5.
Doing well, and he wants everybody to know it, and of course, we all wish him well.
3rd and 5, and here's Aikman throwing up to the 30-yard line, and somehow skittering away is Irvin, who initially was stopped, and that's what he does so well. He makes the catch and then picks up a lot more.
Bounce off of him. This is Michael Irvin using his size, wrapped up, held by Dion, tackled by Dion, and Dion gets up looking like, why isn't this guy on the ground? That is the athletic ability and the all-around skill of Michael Irvin.
2:20 to go in the half. Cowboys have 2 timeouts remaining. They try and end around here with Harper, who takes it inside the 30, and he's out of bounds at the 23-yard line. And here's Emmitt Smith. And he fights his way to the 18-yard line for a gain of about 5. 2nd and 6. I won't answer that.
Maybe held it once.
He's sipping on it right now.
2nd and 5. And there's a flag. Novacek takes it inside the 5 and gets to the pylon for the touchdown momentarily. Let's see about the flag back at the line of scrimmage. Is against
Defense,
Atlanta.
number 21, lined up offside. Penalties refused. Touchdown.
Dion. Extra point is good. Novacek has made 5 catches in the first half. And remember, he had both Cowboy touchdowns last week in the loss to Washington.
Ball just has to. It's hard to tell from that angle, too. I'm sure we got a couple more. Novacek again with such quickness.
I mean, he definitely loses control of the football. Question being, was it before or after he crosses the goal line? The only thing we can say is that the side judge is right there.
At the 20, they have all of their timeouts. Wilson leads them to the line out of the shotgun. 1st and 10 from the 20. And the catch is made. That's a gain of 6. Broussard takes it out of bounds up to 26, and it stops the clock at 1:10. And 4 at the 26-yard line. That's a 1st down as Broussard steps out of bounds at the 32 with 1:04 left.
He might have been a player before, but his played outside linebacker is now judged as a defensive end.
Here's Drew Hill making the catch, and that has it into Dallas territory at the 47-yard line. Dave Wanstead is the defensive coordinator. 50 seconds remaining.
Team defense under Dave Wanstead.
1st and 10, 47-yard line. Wilson throws, and a nice catch is made at the 28-yard line by Michael Haynes. 1st and 10. Caught at the 21 by Pritchard. Rolled to the turf at the 18. 2nd and 1 coming up.
Coming across the middle. And they're down in close.
Well, among other things, they need to convert. 3rd and 1. Off the fake. He throws. The catch is made by Pritchard. He's trying to get out of bounds to save the timeout and does at the 9-yard line.
They'll only use 4 seconds. And if Atlanta could put it in the end zone, this would be a different second half.
They also have time to not necessarily go to the end zone. They still have a timeout.
2nd and goal. Wilson fires to the back of the end zone and incomplete. Haynes got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on. And go for it in one play. Don't make it. Have to settle for what they hope is 3. 27-yard attempt for Johnson. And that's good. 2 seconds remaining in the half. Become the halftime activities. After this message from the NFL, and a word from our ABC station.
It just looks good that way.
That's a point-a-minute offense. At the 37-yard line, it's Broussard fumbling the football after a nice run, and the Dallas Cowboys appear to have recovered, and they have. Kenneth Gant is the guy who stripped the football from Steve Broussard. And
watch Gant coming in from the left. There's the right hand, knocks out the ball. Broussard can't get back up. And Rison is there, Mike Ken is there, Drew Hill is there. Game. If by chance the 49ers were upset.
Here is Smith breaking one inside the 30. That's a gain of 17 down to the 23-yard line. He's tackled by Donaldson. And Emmitt Smith has now gained 67 yards tonight, so he's on a pace to go over 100.
Can I say that, by the way?
Well, very much. It took us with him. At the 23-yard line, here is Harper making the catch. Touchdown.
Oh, McKyer is complaining bitterly about a push-off. Alvin Harper with the tremendous size at 6'3". And he does get the left hand out to keep that separation.
So very good.
Having it and using it. They can do both.
Lynn Elliott, the rookie out of Texas Tech, bounces one to Sanders at the 2-yard line. Dion comes flying up the middle, loses the football. Dallas has it again. Thomas Everett is the guy who recovers it.
Dion's neon is on the verge of running out of gas. He's trying. It's a good effort right up the middle. He takes to the air here, and before he even gets up off the ground, the ball comes out.
His own man really dislodged it.
At the 29 now. Emmitt Smith swings to the outside. Picks up 3. Still going! Emmitt Smith doing a Barry Sanders imitation. Touchdown.
And Deion Sanders hits him late and knocks him down, but it's a touchdown. Barry Sanders, where he was hit, stopped. Look at this. Look at the number of hits he takes, but nobody from the Falcons wraps up.
I'll tell you, their leading tackler, Jesse Tuggle, had his arms wrapped around him, and he still was able to spin and twist.
4-point margin. E. Smith.
There's Tuggle.
Well, at least we see Deion return another kickoff.
He'll be exhausted when the night's over.
Football coaches have a tendency of kicking it into high gear right here because they do not want their team to let up at all.
From the 35-yard line, that catch is made by Drew Hill. 2nd and 1. At the 44 is Wade Wilson. Throws, and that catch is made by Haynes. And he takes it to the 41 of Dallas. Michael Haynes has a first down. Owning and coaching a team together one day. 3rd down and 8. And there's Andre Rison making the catch, but losing the ball. Did he get it back is the question at the 36-yard line. Who's got it?
For the Falcons this season or tonight.
And they have to go for it. You're down by 24. It's 4th and 5 at the 36-yard line. And Wilson hits Pritchard at the 29-yard line, and that is a first down. Larry Brown.
Were layered and stickum, and it just smacked their hand and stayed there.
Well, on 2nd and 10, they try a draw. This is Tony Smith. And Tony Smith is driven out of bounds at the 21-yard line by Kevin Smith.
But two great tackles here in Atlanta, Chris Hinton and Mike Kent.
3rd down and 2, and they try to pick up the first on the ground, and they're a little short of that, as Tony Smith can only get it to the 20, and that's going to set up a 4th down and a yard or less. And this time they do not convert, as the Cowboys are equal to the task, and they give it to Keith Jones, his first carry of the night, and he is stopped by Jimmy Jones. Carries tonight, 99 yards. So he's on his way to another triple-figure game. But for the moment, they go to Harper, and that's a first down as Alvin has it up to the 40-yard line. Ken McKyer makes the stop. 3rd and 4 at the 46-yard line. 3:25 left in the 3rd. Emmitt. Slippery, and he gets knocked down from behind. Darian Connor, who was already into the backfield, knocks him down, and that will create a rare Dallas punt.
Number 1 draft choice who's taken Mike Kent's place at left tackle.
First down Falcons from the 11-yard line as Wade Wilson guns one perfectly into the arms of Pritchard up at the 33-yard line for a gain of 22 and a first down.
Go coverage to Pritchard, although that was zone, and he just hooked up in the right position.
From the 33, under pressure, they set up a screen. This is Keith Jones, and he's close to a first down, tackled near the 43-yard line. 2nd and 1 at the 43-yard line as Wilson goes back and fires an out. It's caught by Hill. He brings it in at the 37-yard line. Drew Hill.
Now, a football player's life, you have many more years in your 20s than you do in your 30s. And that is a, talk about a late, will always be hand fighting between receiver and defensive back.
3rd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
Look out.
Wilson sacked at the 38. Leon Lett. Jeff Coat in his 10th season. They've taken a 1st and 5 and turned it into a 4th and 11 and turned it into giving the ball up. Haley. So Haley gets the sack, and they go the entire game without a sack and then pick them up back-to-back.
And doesn't like it when other coaches complain when he administers one.
2nd and 10. Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. He's tackled by Deion Sanders.
Florida State getting it on. Watch him cover up the football. He knows he's in traffic. Deion trying to pull it out.
He did. He got his hand on the ball. He got
the current Bronco coach setting it 26 seasons ago. Emmitt again. Oh, he's fun to watch. To everybody but Atlanta. Touchdown.
There's number 18.
You're seeing some great running and you're seeing some horrific tackling.
But this might make it unanimous. Emmitt Smith.
There's a little altercation out on the field, but nothing worthy of our attention. 41-10, Dallas. Down under any circumstances.
I mean, the whole purpose of putting your knee down in the end zone is you're seeking protection.
Exactly. Here's Risen, and he needs protection and doesn't get any. From Larry Brown.
Jerry Seaman, if you're watching, give us a call.
Don't make it collect.
The NFL's director of officiating.
Here's Keith Jones taking his way out to, or making his way out to the 37-yard line. Wade Wilson throwing, and that's caught by Andre Rison. A double spin move. And out to the 50 he goes for an Atlanta first down.
Kept that knee off the ground. That contact had been made.
First and 10 at the 50-yard line. Wilson throws. Pritchard makes the catch. Avoids a tackle. And picks up 20 as he is steered out of bounds at the 30-yard line by Kevin Smith.
Hardly textbook.
Pritchard, 8 catches tonight. And look out. That's a big sack by Haley. Big in terms of yardage lost. It's going to be a 13 or 14-yard sack. As they spotted it at 42. It's second and 22. It is swung out here to Michael Haynes. And Haynes goes down to the arms of a trio of Cowboys at the 30-yard line. It'll be third down and 10.
At the end of the season. And Mike Ken, the left tackle, was playing with a partially torn medial collateral ligament.
Here's Wilson on third and 10. He has to get to the 20 to convert, and he's tackled at the 25-yard line by Mickey Pruitt.
About the 3 defensive ends that they've lost, but we just now have got around to talking about an offensive line that's been very affected by the injury.
Fourth and 5, and they convert here as Pritchard makes his 9th catch of the game. Good for a first down. Takes it to the Dallas 14, tackled by Robert Williams.
Had a lot of offensive success in the past. I mean, that's better than most.
This is Keith Jones for a gain of 4. And that's caught for a touchdown by Andre Rison.
And Wade Wilson took the blitz right in the face.
Team anywhere, they're down 41-17. San Francisco Monday Night Football. First and 10 Dallas at the 45-yard line. And Emmitt Smith picks up 5. That's 159 yards.
You know, had a very comfortable lead.
Third and 3. Here's Smith. But here's the thing, too. Next, it'll be an interesting thing.
Because why play Emmitt Smith next?
Well, he plays a late game, so they're going to actually know in Dallas how many yards Foster will wind up with. As Emmitt Smith works his way to the 35-yard line. He is stopped there by Jesse Solomon.
Going to go out of the game. Enough is enough. The franchise doesn't need to be in the ball game beyond this stage in a 41-17 contest.
And most of those who've remained are Cowboy fans unless he gets a big ovation.
I think you touched on it, Dan. I think they're well aware that he is within that area and certainly contending for another rushing championship.
They're aggressive, hard-working, talented, and well-coached.
Third and 7.
Other than that, they don't have a lot going for them.
Yeah. And meanwhile, the Atlanta Falcons, they're going to have to regroup, an injury-racked season, but Burline to hold.
This is Jimmy Johnson not wanting to break the rhythm of what he would do in any ball game.
And that one hits the upright. Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson. Tolliver throws. And as we said at the top, it's been those two guys and no jablonis. There's been no personnel director and no
later. 29 on Plan B players coming in.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Is it your insinuation, Al, that a lot of other teams have jabloni?
Well,
the AFC is simple with that Kansas City-Denver game.
Tolliver was taken down by Jim Jeffcoat. 2nd and 20.
Whoa.
And that's a catch by Drew Hill.
And we can call this the last play of the game.
Maybe. That's incomplete, and the clock has gone down to zeros all the way around.
What a job they've done in Dallas.
NFC East is theirs for the first time since '85. Johnson and Jones. Well, we go to San Francisco next week. Joe Montana in action. We'll talk to you then. Detroit against the Niners. Here is 41-17 Cowboys. Till next week, Al Michaels, Frank Gifford, Dan Deerdorf. Good night.